Hello, many thanks for joining us. You're watching Addis News Hour with the news. I'm Tabitha Dawn. Do stay with us. Ethiopian lawmakers have approved a bill to establish a commission for national dialogue, which will pave the way for national consensus and keep the integrity of the country. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government has promised to create such a commission for national dialogue to establish a common ground on contentious issues. The commission, however, will not at this stage engage with the Tigray People's Liberation Front or the Oromo Liberation Army, both of which are fighting the federal army and have been declared terrorist organizations by the government. Some government officials have said specifically that the new commission will not be engaging in talks with the Tigray organization. The government has so far has a strict policy of no negotiations with the armed groups. Establishing a commission for national dialogue has become pertinent matter for all concerned bodies that look forward to the betterment of Ethiopia. But divergent views are still being entertained. We have a guest on the phone to reflect on a few issues over the matter. Lawyer Fasil Seleshi, welcome to Addis News Hour.
Thank you for inviting me, Tabitha.
So, as you know it very well, how responsibility is bestowed upon the Commission for National Dialogue to bring Ethiopians together for a common agenda. How effective do you think this national dialogue will be?
Okay, I think from the very beginning, thinking about conducting this national dialogue is a very big step taken by the government of Ethiopia. And I am very hopeful that this there would be established National Dialogue Commission will do great things as per if it adheres to what is provided by the promulgated law. I think it brings all Ethiopians together so that they can discuss their problems, pertinent problems, which divided some sectors of the society in the country in general.
Okay, but some have reservations over the matter in terms of its timing and priorities of the country. What's your comment on this?
Well, there might be comments whether it is positive or negative, but the positive comments are, much greater than the negative ones. And I think it is a timely matter to have, conducted a national dialogue, because we have, this national dialogue process is a once-in-a-lifetime, initiative that, in my understanding, Ethiopia has never ever done or conducted a national dialogue. So it is for the first time. As you may remember, in his inaugural speech, His Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has talked about it that his government and his party aims to bring about democracy and a different atmosphere in the country, because this national dialogue has been requested by different sectors of the society, and so it is one main project of the government, and it is appreciable, I think.
All right, Lawyer Fasil Seleshi, thank you very much for your insights and your time.
Thank you for inviting me, Tabitha. Good night.
Good night. The Guardian published today an article under the title, "Why Ethiopia Must Not Fall Apart." The article meticulously paints a picture that the EU resolution is an embarrassing document that does not take into account a whole range of facts on the ground regarding the conflict in northern Ethiopia. Tigist Sarnesa has more.
The AU resolution primarily shows a wish of AU parliamentarians to score moral points, wanting to be seen as concerned about the civilian population in Tigray suffering from food scarcity. That is, of course, legitimate. But they stopped there and did not consider the equal, if not much worse, suffering from both sides' mass displacement, food scarcity, and gross violence that were seen in Afar and Amhara regions. Those watching the debate in the EU Parliament on this resolution saw a level of ignorance hard to swallow, reflecting indeed a lingering neo-colonial mindset of Europeans towards an independent African country that does not listen to the good-willing Europeans. An inquiry into the facts behind this decision of expelling UN personnel makes it clear that it was justified. Several UN officials were transgressing the mandate of their function, assisting the TPLF insurgent leaders with several kinds of services, allegedly including in getting them advanced radar communication equipments. They flouted the neutrality and professionalism that their job prescribes.
I will start with a statement by the Secretary General on Ethiopia. I was shocked by the information that the government of Ethiopia has declared 7 UN officials, including senior UN humanitarian officials, as persona non grata.
The U.S. government condemns in the strongest possible terms the government of Ethiopia's unprecedented action to expel the leadership of all of the United Nations organizations involved in ongoing humanitarian operations. We agree with UN leaders. This is a stain on our collective conscience, and it must stop.
The reaction from the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, the AU, and of course the ever-angry USA was predictable. The USA have been expelling diplomats and UN staff left and right over the years. It is also to be noted that in 1998, when the TPLF-EPRDF government expelled 30 officials, there was protest from the UN but no sound from the US or other foreign powers. The same is true in 2020 when Burundi expelled 4 UN functionaries. The indignation is also unproductive because Ethiopia or any other nation had the right to expel such officials under Article 9 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. UN staff has no mandate under any law in any country to undermine the government as these people have done. In general, the responses of the international community, notably the donor countries of the EU and the USA in the current conflict in Ethiopia, have been a problem and have even prolonged the conflict. When a unilateral ceasefire was offered by the Ethiopian federal government on June 28, 2021, followed by its troops' withdrawal, the TPLF refused and mocked it. The federal army also left huge supplies, including seeds for planting crops, when they left Mekelle, the capital of Tigray. Ethiopia's federal government is willing to accommodate its Tigray region in an orderly manner, while the TPLF be persuaded to return to democratic politics and eschew militarism and stop being accessory to the open conduit of Ethiopia's dismemberment and disintegration.
Hey, my name is Saba. I came from Paris. In response to the invitation from the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, we came with my family. Now we're visiting Untitled Park, which is very exciting. We're having a very good experience. And Addis is very peaceful. Everybody should come and join and have this experience with all of us.
Hello, this is Imabet Mangiste from Atlanta, Georgia. I am author of 4 books. I'm here in Addis Ababa, in a beautiful Addis Ababa. Please come and join us. This is today I am in Untitled Park. I have visited all the parks. It's beautiful.
Hi, my name is Brooke Harley from London, England. I'm here to visit the country, so please come here. At the moment I'm in Untitled Park, so come to peaceful Ethiopia.
Bien, il faut venir, il faut nous rejoindre et visiter Addis. Merci.
Welcome back. You're watching Addis News Hour. The Swedish-born Pew and his Ethiopian wife are among those Ethiopian diasporas and friends of Ethiopia who returned home following the call of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for the Great Ethiopian Homecoming Challenge. Talking to ETV, Pew said that the Western media outlets are portraying Ethiopia as unsafe in their fake news campaigns, but he has seen how safe Addis is. Take a look at the story.
My name is Piyu. I'm from Sweden, and I'm married to Ethiopian. My wife is Ethiopian, and we have children together. And she wants to go to Ethiopia because my stepmother and my relatives lives here too. So I said, no, we can't go. It's a war in Ethiopia. And she said, no, it's not. So I said, look at the news. Look, CNN, BBC, Swedish news, it's a war. They say don't go to Ethiopia. But she said, no, you can talk to my mother and you get the answer. So she talked to me and yes, I say, okay, if it's safe, we go. And I believe my wife. I know my wife, she's telling the truth, so we go. And look, here's no war. I love Ethiopia, the weather is nice, and I've been here 8 times before. I see no difference. So it was all fake news in every channel, Swedish, English, American. It's fake news, and I don't know why they say like this. So I'm here now. So I like it. Very nice. It's safe, and I don't know what they are talking about. I think everyone should go to Ethiopia and see this beautiful country. So I suggest they go, because here's no war. I don't reckon. I don't see it. So what are they talking about in the television? I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's good. I love it. We bought soft clothes to the military on the hospital because they don't have enough. And we should buy some medicine too if we find some. And for the woman, they need trousers, and the man needs underwear and thing. And we try to help, both here in Addis and Debrecen. So we must do something for the people.
Bishoftu Town Administration announces that it has finalized preparations to undertake various hospitality activities to the homecoming diaspora community. According to the town mayor, Alemayo Asafa, the diaspora communities have an immense factor to play in the fight against foreign pressure on Ethiopia. Kasahun Chani has more.
Announces that it has finalized preparations to undertake various hospitality activities to the homecoming diaspora community.
Bishoftu tourism ከተማ ነች የኢኮኖሚ ማዕከልም ከተማ ነች
Bishoftu is a town of tourism and economic center as well. There are more than 28 resorts and over 50 grand hotels.
The mayor suggested that there is a stable peace and security in the town, adding he said there are various developmental activities being undertaken and the diaspora could be able to visit.
አንዳንድ ሊጎበኙ የሚችሉ ቦታዎችንም ደግሞ አዘጋጅተናል ማለት ነው
We have already adjusted some selected places to be visited by the diaspora community. For instance, there are several lakes and developmental activities being undertaken around the lakes. Cognizant of the fact that, as the nation's huge industries are found in the town, we want the diaspora to visit these all when they come.
The hotels and resorts owners in the town own the part and the school dirt. The diaspora community are being served with reasonable and affordable prices and great discounts.
We have widely prepared to the hospitality of the great diaspora to show the reality on the ground here in Ethiopia, as there are wrong narratives abroad. We are waiting for them to have great discounts in our services. Now various guests are being served.
ከእያንዳንዱ እንግዶቻችን ከሚጠቀሙት ላይ የ25% ዲስካውንት ሰጥተናል
We have got a 25% discount on each service we give. Bishoftu is different from other towns, as there are wrong narratives by some foreigners about Ethiopia, and with their slogan to leave Ethiopia citing the war, we are highly and devotedly working to show our peace, unity and the reality on the ground that could add a great value on our economy, politics and so on, which I strongly believe.
The town administration also announced that it was ready to work together with the members of the diaspora community that might have keen interests to invest in the town.
It's about 9 a.m. this morning. We're here at the most famous church here in Lalibela, St. George's Church, and you can see it down below.
Merry Christmas.
Spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says cultural, economic and diplomatic issues remains at the center of Great Diaspora Homecoming Challenge. The spokesperson, Dina Mufti, highlighted the remark at the weekly press briefing today. Johannes Fentahun reports.
The spokesperson presented issues which are trending related to Ethiopia. The ambassador mentioned the attainment of Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Damaka Makonnen at the welcoming ceremony of the Great Homecoming Challenge. It is to be recalled that Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs appreciated Ethiopians in the diaspora for their contributions that impacted the lives of Ethiopians in economic, social and political arenas, and his call on the homecomers to continue supporting rehabilitation and reconstruction efforts of the government.
The homecoming challenge has begun. Yesterday it has been inaugurated by Deputy Prime Minister, where he has expressed his gratitude for the diaspora, what they have been doing so far so as to support Ethiopia by resisting against the pressure, undue pressure on the country by different forces. He encouraged the diaspora also to be engaged in various national development activities, particularly in the reconstruction process, which will continue after the conflict that we have had due to the terrorist operations in the northern part of Ethiopia. Otherwise, there were various activities dubbed or organized for the diaspora. These were bazaars, visits to various development sites, symposiums like Pan-African Symposium, organizing their visit to the regions as well, particularly to the affected regions affected by the war, and helping the family of the soldiers and the affected people. There will be million march in city, blood donations, and in general there will be various activities aimed at enhancing diaspora roles in the reconstruction process of the country.
In addition, Ambassador Dina described the recognition of special representative of the Secretary General of United Nations mission in South Sudan for the hard work and dedication of the Ethiopian battalion in Tamura with regard to providing security to people of the South Sudan.
As you know, we have peacekeeping forces in Southern Sudan, named UNMIS. The United Nations Secretary General has congratulated for their outstanding performance, and they expressed his appreciations for their outstanding role in peacekeeping performance. Some Ethiopian embassies abroad have been doing their level best so as to promote Ethiopian national interests. Our embassy in South Sudan have engaged international and domestic media. The ambassador briefed them on the current situation in the country and the other pertinent issues.
Ambassador Dina also described the approval of the draft proclamation for the establishment of the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission by the House of People's Representatives. The commission is established to discuss opinions and disagreements on the most fundamental national issues, to legally institute a system that facilitates the national dialogue process, and to establish an institution with widespread legitimacy that could coordinate and lead the deliberations capably and impartially.
Town called Gonda Town. I've never even heard of that town before I got here. And she was like, okay, let's check out this town. The only problem was that this town was 12 hours away from Addis by road. And this landed in Gonda Town. He told us about a place called Simeon's Mountains, and boy, this place is another thing on its own.
The name of this place is called Buitras. We are very close to the highest lodge in Africa.
Hey guys, just got to the restaurant now. Oh, he's writing VIP. Yeah. So guys, he's writing VIP on this mix. VIP. Yes. Guys, this is raw meat. Raw meat.
The Great Diaspora Homecoming Challenge has received so much positive response that Addis Ababa is witnessing more and more people of Ethiopian origins returning for the challenge. Here today, returnees approached by ATV expressed joy over landing in a safe and green Addis, unlike the wishes of the US and its allies. During interviews with our staff reporter, Santayo Tamrat, the diaspora expressed resolve to help their nation rebuild and mount even tougher offensive against the Westerners and their media campaigns. Take a look at the story.
Ethiopia is welcoming its sons and daughters whilst preparing for the festive Christmas. And following Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's call of a great Ethiopian diaspora homecoming challenge, a large number of diaspora have been flocking to Ethiopia, as you are witnessing behind me.
I came here by accepting our Prime Minister's call to visit our motherland, and also by accepting my motherland's call to visit her in this trying time.
Yeah, I'm always excited to come here, but this time it's special. I'm really happy. I was here 2 months ago. It's not cheap to come here every. But now the Prime Minister is calling us, I have to come.
To celebrate this, and because of the invitation by Prime Minister, and to do whatever we can.
My name is Ion Abraham Tedla Oda.
Abraham Tedla Oda.
We're here to support our country, you know. I'm a university student, a first-year university student, and I don't have a lot of money. I can't support my country through that. So I decided, my family, we decided to come here and do what we can. We have our time. The only thing I can give is my time.
There are just a lot of events following the coming home of the diaspora. And this includes the visiting of different historical areas, touristic areas, and also going to the north part of Ethiopia in Afar and Amara regions, where there were distractions by the TPLF.
So the 1 million diaspora, the National Committee, has made a beautiful program. It's various programs, could be sports, cultural, events, forums, trade, investments. Believe it or not, we may not have time to stay. We came for 1 month. We might stay here for 3 months. And all diasporas, the government has made a beautiful program. The mayor, the Iron Lady has welcomed you open-heartedly. Enjoy it. Welcome home.
To visit all these the areas which are destroyed by the Woyane junta's action, and also to help our displaced people, and also to help our patriot National Defense Force.
Particularly for those who are Ethiopian origins and that have come for the first time, this is a big event because they will get introduced to their cultures and so more to benefit from. And also this event is quite essential for Ethiopia because it will help the country to avoid the disinformation and misinformation by the global media and so on.
So much disinformation out there, even for us that follow the social media and the Ethiopian media very carefully. It was so deceptive and it was really dangerous. And we have to hit that, beat them, you know. And they try to. There are a lot of Ethiopians actually who are down here who went back because of that misinformation and things like that. So we have to hit that. We have to embarrass the fake media out there.
We can show to the international community that our country is very peaceful and a welcoming country, and we are also. I'm trying to, participate in this welcoming ceremony also to show that this fake news and the dissemination of false information about Ethiopia is wrong and unhelpful.
You know, the main thing is, we're really worried about Ethiopia, and there is a lot of liars there. But when you come in here, everything is different. Even the people, we go to church, people praying and peace. Everybody think for Hinkas.
You hear things here that there's a genocide going on, and there's a lot of things, the news that's coming about Ethiopia here. But it's not like that. Like my father said, it's peaceful here. People are going to church. They're supporting their country. They're doing everything they can.
And it is also just of great importance for the country as well in economic terms, because 1 million diaspora is expected to arrive in Ethiopia until the end of January. And during this time, the diaspora will come to some currencies and they will invest these currencies in the country.
Marathon Motors Ethiopia has inaugurated an electric vehicle charging station in Addis Ababa in the presence of high-level government officials. The company has also rolled out 20 electric-powered vehicles dubbed Hyundai Koina and Hyundai Ioniq in the same inaugural ceremony. The vehicles cost up to 3.5 million birr each. The electric cars being assembled by Marathon Motors locally are said to have a paramount importance to the country in saving hard currency and assisting the economy of the nation as well. Marathon Motors has announced plans to realizing 50% electric vehicles by 2023 and fully electric powered vehicles by 2025 in the country.
Dar has sprawled chaotically in all directions in recent decades, but still has plenty of charm. With a city center sprinkled with attractive colonial buildings, streets lined with a plethora of palm-fringed beaches, Dar has a laid-back feel that makes it hard to believe that the population is now over 6 million.